Hi there, welcome back, how's it going? Okay, so we've just done rocks part 1, we're going to move on to rocks part 2. Be a little bit more hard than this one, but not a lot to be fair. So if we go to the open tool, save our changes to that one, and go into the rocks 2 file, which is there, and there. Okay, so you see we've got this quite large object here, hit F4, covered in triangles. Okay, so it's just tried the hell out. The thing is we can probably forward project it without losing very much definition at all, which is going to save us a lot of time. I've already applied relax to this, so smooth should also be applied to this. Let's have a quick look. Just to make sure there's no parts that are kind of overlapping each other where they shouldn't be. So over here you can see there's some quite intensive parts. Just turn off realistic. Click in there and go shaded. But overall that's not too bad actually. If I turn auto smooth back on, you can see there's a couple of points where there's some very sharp edges that it doesn't seem to be able to do. But if I turn the threshold right up, it can manage them eventually. Okay, so let's turn this into something a bit easier and prettier. So what I'm going to do is just collapse this down to an editable polygon and stick on a UVW map like that, and I'm going to pull out and just have it over here like that, and I want to, oh, not UVW map, sorry, unwrap UVW, there we are. I'm going to open my editor, just bring it all the way over here and turn that off. And everything's in this teeny dot over here in the corner, hilariously. Control A to select everything and do a planar map against the front, and you can see that it's basically done it. Turn it off, and I'm just going to come in a bit close here and just adjust it a bit. That way we don't get too much distortion. I might just break it in half actually, because it's slightly curved, you see. So if I do that and then get these pieces here to make up that part, the problem is, you see, we'll end up with a big seam down the middle, which I'd rather not have. No, I'll just leave them as one, sod it. So back up to there again. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, same as before, I'm going to render my UVW template. So there it is there, and just render it out. Now you can see there's some areas here that are going to be stretching quite badly. So what I could do with really is kind of relaxing the entire thing if I can. So what I can do is just press the relax till flat button, and that'll help a bit. It'll kind of flatten out some of these. So if I just again render my UVW template, you can see there's slightly less crossover. What we could do with really though is stretching this out a bit, which we can do. So I don't want to use the peel tool, but what I'm going to use is, where is it? Select by all these polygons here. Got my projection mapping on. Actually what I'll do is I'm going to go over here to my custom relax, and 100 iterations should be fine. Set up to about 0.2. Stretch for about 0.1. And I'm going to relax by face normals, face angles, there you go. And just start the relax. There we go, and that'll start doing it for us. Take a little while, we can stop at any time we want. Basically just kind of easing our model a bit. That should be about enough. And it's processed. Okay, let's have a look now. It's not as bad as it was, certainly. come out there, and we can see that these aren't quite going over each other as much as they were now. In fact, now that looks much better. So what I'm going to do is just select all these and go over here to this tool. Just move them like that. Like that. And then just go to my tools, render UVW template, and render it out. There we go. Drag it over to here and give it a name. So we're in Rocks 2 now, so that'd be Rocks 2 UV Unwrap. Throw it in JPEG and close that. Now what I'm going to do is go over to my Photoshop here and load that up. So open. Let's see, I'm going to open up my Rocks 2. There we go, and get my wand tool, go there, Control Shift I, make myself a new layer, get rid of the background layer, and this will come in handy. So just stick that there like that, and then I'm going to get my rubble, Control A, Control C. I'm not bothered about the colour of the rubble at the minute. I'm just going to smack it over the top of that, and then create it as a clipping mask. Okay. Same as before, I want to kind of get the big rocks away like that. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and apply that layer again. Stick it underneath, so I've got my big layer on the top. This layer here, actually that's no use, hang on. Get rid of that, I need to make this smaller. So image size. I'm going to make it quite small, 800 by 600. Copy it, then dump it up here. Start moving them around a bit. It's not really a problem that I'm not making them match up. I know there's no seams, but I'm not especially concerned about that in the slightest at the minute. Or rather that there are seams. Okay, now with that done, I'll go over here and use my eraser tool. I can just start cutting around the edges. And I know that this doesn't look like a rock wall yet, but don't worry, we'll make it look like a rock wall soon. We just need to work through endo and dedo. We're just going to let the geometry do some of the work for us. Take out some of these bigger rocks. Like that. Basically things on the edge that shouldn't be there. There we go. Just leaving the bigger rocks around here like that. Okay, we've got that edge there, don't want that, so let's undo that bit of edge. We'll have it come under here instead. Like that. I'm not going to bother blurring or smoothing the edges, I just want it rough and ready like this. So I can do, I'm not even going to save this as diffuse this time. Just Control S and save this as Rocks 2 base texture. Because I'm going to get NDO to create the diffuse for us once it's created its normals. Okay, so let's fire up Endo. Nope, don't need our new release. And let's do the presets. And I want soft rock. There we go, smooth stones, soft rock, same thing. This will only take a couple more minutes, I think, and then we'll all be done. And then the next part we'll be doing will be, I think, the main keep, or gatehouse, or whatever it's called. There we go, that's done. Do a little bit of tweaking if we need to, just to add in some fine detail and very fine detail there, like that. And reduce our large detail a bit, like that. And our very large detail can go up, make the rocks a bit pointier. Okay, now I'm going to convert this first to a diffuse. That won't take very long. Okay, that's our diffuse created. Next I'm going to create it into a specular and an ambient. So ambient, specular, and go. And then I'm going to save all these off as targets. So there's our diffuse. Our specular will just take a little bit longer. Okay, and there we go, that's the specular, the ambient, the diffuse, and the normals. So let's save those off as target maps. So first of all, normal, Control-Shift-S, and this is rocks to normal target. And there's rocks to diffuse target. And incidentally, UDK likes targets, so we save as targets, if you've been wondering why for hours. This is specular, is it, or ambient? Ambient. Rocks to ambient target. And finally, rocks to specular. Okay, and then with those all saved off as targets, what I'm going to do is close down endo, fire up Dido, and that will create our detail texture. It'll ask me if I want to upgrade. I still don't want to upgrade. There we go. Modules, Automation Hub, quick load. This is rocks 2, not falling for that again. I'm going to go to rocks 2, there we go. 4 of those. Load it, and we're going to go to our rock selection. Here we are, dull rock, 30 operations. Let's see, I'm going to match it by weight, I think this time, or brightness, maybe brightness, yeah, that'll do. And fire off Dido, and this will take less than 30 seconds. Only 30 operations to do, and it does them 5 at a time. We'll get the error for the fill, there we go, and it's done. So there's our diffuse now for our rocks, nice and dark in the background. Have a quick preview of that, make sure that the normal and everything came out okay. So it's saved all those off as JPEGs now, and our preview screen should load up. Our preview screen has failed to load up. It's because I clicked the export button, not the preview button. Nice. Okay, and there's the texture there. As you can see, it's picking up the light properly. Excellent. Okay, so I've already exported that, so that means this part of the tutorial is over, and it took even less time than the last one. So with that, we shall load up our UDK project, rocks 2, and I'm going to move this down to here where it's completed. Just rearrange these, and the next project is the gatehouse, which probably will take us a little while. So until we start on that one, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.